onto the floor.
Substitutions, Houston.
Dragic with the basketball. 14-10 the score. Jay in Miami.
I've been a victim to this multiple times when we have played the Heat, and I think
Lays it in off the alley-oop pass.
that's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
It's Wade. And too much contact.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 2.
A pass taken away by the Rockets. Austin Rivers. To P.J. Tucker. Paul. Smothering D. Dragic with it. It's 14-12. Nene to Paul. Ooh, Chris Paul. 2 for 3 now here in the first.
The defense is doing such a good job of denying him the ball and really getting in his pocket, but he got that one to go.
To Waiters. And the defender over pursues, and he's called for it.
His timing was a tad bit off.
First one, count it. And he makes them both. Knocked loose. P.J. Tucker lays it in.
Probably option 3 right there in the court, but every player is a threat. No excuse for that easy bucket.
And Jay, they call the foul.
He took a chance. That's the right call.
Chris Paul, that's his second.
First try, no good. Oh, he missed on a pair. Gerald Green takes the easy route. 2 points. Now a steal as the Rockets have it. First quarter's complete. The Rockets with the lead. On to the second quarter. Jay, I don't know if we're going to start this one.
Yeah, I got to hedge the bet because I got to talk to the defense right now. You have to actually play defense on people to stop people in this league.
Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Can't connect. Green with the basketball. Up 5. Lets it fly from long range. Tough shot for Gerald Green. Off the mark.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Offensive rebound. To Dragic. From the painted area, won't go down. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Not that time. He missed it. Waiters. To Wade. Doesn't have the touch. No good. Rivers with the basketball. Leads 5. Cruises inside for 2. Now the Heat going to use a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Looks like both teams are making substitutions.
Into the game for Miami, number 31, Ryan Anderson.
And a whistle.
Welcome to new age basketball. You blow on me, that's a foul.
James Harden, that's his first personal foul. Team foul number 1.
Dragic. Cashes in for 2.
There you go. I like seeing scoring coming from unlikely sources.
It's in the hands of James Harden. Bryant Anderson, huge block.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Harden trying to take it to the basket, but a shot stays out.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jawing is only going to escalate.
Harden into the front court. Leads 3. And a whistle.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Heat checking this one. Eric Spoelstra makes the move to his reserves.
Team foul number 2.
Harden shoots. James Harden, 4 out of 10.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
To Whiteside. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
See, Ed, that's what I love. You don't need to conserve your energy. You attack that rim with ferocity. You always set the tone.
James Harden trying to cash in. Not that time. Slam dunk.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. Gordon with it. Leads just a point. Hassan Whiteside able to recover with the block. Out of bounds, last touch by the Heat. Time to shuffle things up. Paul. Ooh, Chris Paul. That's 3 now on 4 shots. There's a sixth sense there that you just can't teach.
If you're a player on the same team with CP3, you should be taking that point guard out to dinner every single night. There's something to be said about a guard that makes the game way easier.
James Harden at the controls. And he's fouled. A couple of free throws coming up, Jay.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
James Harden, a couple of free throws on the way. A career 85% free throw shooter. First one goes down. Goes 2 for 2 at the line.
Let's go, boy. Catch me out.
Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Justice Winslow. The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own.
Match up.
Oh, a whistle.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
James Harden at the line for 2 shots. He's perfect from the line so far. And he connects on the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2. Tucker, pass to the rim. Hassan Whiteside tips it.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
To Richardson. Can't connect.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Off the assist.
And when the ball gets the defense rotating from side to side, you're bound to find opportunities for each other.
Harden with it up top. The margin is 2. Halftime on the horizon.
Here I come. Hey, come set me one.
Pass stolen by Miami. And finishes strong.
You know, Ed, the effort is what concerns me the most. Effort is replenishable. If you're tired, raise your hand, check yourself out. Get somebody who actually wants to get back in transition and play some defense. That will help your team win the game, not you just staying in the game to be better on offense.
Finish. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
And whether you're moving north or south or east or west, you got to be able to keep pace with the ball carrier and most importantly, stay in his chest. That's on the defender. It's way too early to be fatigued.
And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. Free throws coming up.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
First free throw is good. And gets both to drop at the line. Lays it up and in. That'll do it for the first half. The Heat with the lead.
And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us, and see you again after the game.
Harden with the basketball. His guys find themselves trailing by a bucket, and they call it.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
All set to go here in the second half. The third quarter is underway. And a whistle.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
Paul. Hassan Whiteside pins it.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Going to launch beyond the arc. P.J. Tucker is going to get 3 shots here. A career 74% free throw shooter. And hits the first free throw. And he hits the second. Takes advantage of the foul. 3 for 3 at the line. Winslow matched up with Harden. Runners good there.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Okay, reset it.
It's Rockets ball. Paul. The Heat have the rebound. To Richardson. Doesn't get the bounce. To Fareed. Goes to the right side. Fires the 3. Pulled down by Whiteside. P.J. Tucker with the block. Couldn't keep it in. Out off Kelly Olynyk. Paul into the front court. His guys now down by a point. Here's a chance from long range. Misfires. It's no good.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
A bad pass as the Rockets come away with it. And the finish. Slam dunk.
Well, look, you can't be caught flat-footed on defense. You need to be on the balls of your feet, especially in transition. You have to jab at that guy with the ball, hedge at him. Make him think that maybe you will take him. Maybe you'll fan out to a defender on the perimeter. But still, keep him guessing. But when you don't do that, that's easy money.
Hassan Whiteside sends it away.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
To Waiters. No, I missed a short one there. Harden in possession. His team up by 1. Fires the 3, steps out, and hits.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Miami's got it. Off the penetration, almost, but no good.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short arm a shot.
Paul won't go.
And if I'm on the defensive end, this is where I apply more pressure. I want to make sure this guy does not get going in the second half.
Dion Waiters looking good. 4 for 5.
You see, this is why players get out here hours before the game and they get a really good lather.
Harden to Fareed. Kenneth Fareed powers it down.
I mean, defense, is it that easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk? Some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ballgame.
The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Passed it off. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
And did you see the lift on the shot? Did you see the ball release off the hand? To be able to have the concentration to finish with such a feathery touch in the midst of contact, that's something special to watch.
And he's fouled. A trip to the line coming up.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
James Harden has got 2 shots coming. Hasn't missed yet. Knocks down the first.
Entering the game for the
2 for 2 on that trip. Rockets have the steal. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
Ed, all this talk I heard over the summer, what about CP3's hamstring? Will he be able to get back his first step? Will he still have it? There you go.
Paul across the timeline. They lead it. 4-point game. Oh, the Heat right there to take it away.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in 1st and 2nd grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down.
And a putback slam.
I remember my high school coach said 1 man can't beat 5. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person. Here we go.
Paul into the front court. Counting down toward a minute to play in this 3rd quarter. And scores.
And the true test of a team's character is how they respond when they get hit in the mouth. Keep digging.
It's the Heat with the possession. Trying to cash in. Nene with the rebound. Harden in possession. Leads 4. Throws it up. 4-3. Not getting the bounce. To Richardson. A drive to the basket, but it somehow stays out. Short jumper misses. Now a drive, but the shot won't fall. Harden into the front court. Shot clock turned off as they try to extend the lead. Oh, highlight moves. Tough to do with the defender all over you. Deep 3 at the buzzer. That'll do it. 3rd quarter complete with the Rockets in front. So the Heat will have it to start this 4th and final quarter. And that 3rd quarter was one to forget. Remember, Jake, they led at the break. And now they find themselves on the wrong side of the score.
Yeah, but this game is about next play. If you spend too much time worried about what was, you can't focus on what is. Put that quarter behind you and focus on the task at hand.
It's been a compelling game so far. The 4th quarter is underway. Dwayne Wade. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
Look at that. Calm under pressure. You see a lot of guys rush those. Nice extra move there.
Harden. Has a chance. Hand in his face. Still hits. You don't see that very often.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Has a look. Shot by Shumpert, off the mark. Kenneth Fareed.
Oh, and he can't keep it in off the block.
Man, that was impressive.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting in an absolute show with killer efficiency and tremendous effort and intensity.
And he's fouled. Nice move that time, and he's going to the line for two.
No, no, no. I'll tell you, the team that makes the little mistakes, like committing unnecessary reach-in fouls like that, will be the team that ends up with the L.
Off the mark on the first free throw. No good on the first, no good on the second. 0 for 2. Harden. Jumper's good.
There's a natural tendency when you guard a right dominant hand player to send him left. But for a guy who's a good mid-range shooter, that's wrong. His pace dribble is his left hand. Force him to go right and know that the chances are higher of him trying to drive and attack the rim. That's knowing the scouting report.
There, still gets it to go down.
And the defense keeps sticking to those flare screens. Just don't flare out to the three-point line. Flare to the rim for a lob.
Oh, whistle.
A simple touch foul.
Substitution being made in this one.
Into the game for Miami, number 21.
Harden. Beyond the arc for three. That's off the side of the rim, short. Great look and vision. Dion Waiters. He's now 5 for 6.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Count it.
Man, he's got the defender out there tap dancing like that on national TV. That's not a good sign.
Wade picked up by Paul. For three, that no good. Off the mark. Harden with it up top. Looking to make something happen. Can't get the bounce. Pass stolen by Miami.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Wade doesn't have the touch. No good.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
To Whiteside. Not that time. The follow won't go either. Now Paul with the basketball. His team up by 7. Oh, the Heat right there to take it away. To Waiters. Goes reverse to lay it in.
Ed, I'm telling you that every player in the league will make that shot. The defense has to be elevated.
Harden. Wade gets it in the left corner. Goran Dragic not shaken for the early struggles. Maybe this is a sign of things to come.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Houston with the basketball. Harden hits the trifecta.
And the three-point shot of the offense applies so much pressure on the defense, you can no longer build your teams inside out. The new way, you build your team outside in.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs. To Wade. Richardson. He gets it.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
And he'll head to the line.
This drives me nuts when I see fouls like that being called in a close game. Sometimes you just gotta let them play, ref.
James Harden, a couple of free throws on the way. He's perfect from the line so far. First one, count it. Able to convert on both free throws. Dragic into the front court. The deficit is 6. Richardson. Now that's a contest.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Might have had an extra dribble or 2 there, but he got the shot he wanted.
With the rock, it's Chris Paul to Harden. From long range, with James Harden, muscle memory, gets it to go.
And I don't know why the defense continues to help on guys that drive. Make them take shots over your bigs. By you helping more, you're just leaving three-point shooters open on the perimeter.
It was right there. Another follow, still no good. Dwayne Wade, knocked loose. Rockets have it.
I tried to work the clock here, but you have to take care of the ball in this possession.
Pass stolen by Miami. Can't miss those.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like the mere presence of him in the paint was enough to throw off the concentration of the guy trying to drop the layup in.
Oh, the whistle. Jay, take your hands off of him.
His timing was a tad bit off.
James Harden at the line for 2 shots. Hasn't missed yet. First one goes down. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down. Down a pair. Josh Richardson buries it on the catch and shoot.
It's easy to get lost in the chaos of the game down the stretch, but great awareness by the shooter to get those toes right behind the three-point line.
Trying for a 40-point night, but it's off the mark. We get a whistle and a timeout here for Miami. That's their second of the final 3 minutes. No more timeouts left the rest of the game. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. It's the Rockets who are victorious as they take care of business at home. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
That does it for us. On behalf of the rest of the crew, good night.
Walk in the room, then leave with the that hit my 40 money. I ain't the same guy when I was 14. I was trying out for the ball team. High school crush was ignoring me. Oh yeah, and that me. Now I'm on the road. Shorties on my shores. Saying I'm about to. I'ma talk cause I ain't finished yet. True be told, yeah, I been a man. Still gon' love me when the fan. Are you? Oh really now? Aight man, let's get it done. I got what you want, what you need. You know I'm on my way. Baby, come ride with me. This is not a drill. I gotta keep it real. You could get what you want, long as you ride with me. Ride with me. Baby, come ride with me. Ride with me. Baby, come ride with me. Come ride with me. Baby, come ride with me. Ride with me. Baby, come ride with me. You know I gotta give them what they ask for. Like Tupac spitting out of tabloids. I'm Will Smith hanging with the bad boys. Get it done with where I'm from, they never had much. Waters and crackers when they had lunch. Everyone quick to do it. No different like 5. Still got a heart of gold, so don't let me go, cause I'm here for you. Akon flow like it's 06. To my whole fam, please don't trip. Dub Mo's at it again. I'm a dog, but I'm no. I got what you want, what you need. You know I'm on my way. Baby, come ride with me. This is not a drill. I gotta keep it real. You could get what you want, long as you ride with me. Ride with me. Baby, come ride with me. Ride with me. Baby, come ride with me. Come ride with me. Baby, come ride with me. Ride with me. Baby, come ride with me. I got what you want, what you need. You know I'm on my way. Baby, come ride with me. This is not a drill. I gotta keep it real. You could get what you want, long as you ride with me. Ride with me.
The opening tip to the Pistons, and we're underway at Little Caesars Arena. Jackson to Griffin. Beyond the arc for 3. That's the start they were looking for, just as the fans were getting seated.
And I love that aggression. Stylistically, you have to come out and dictate the tempo of the ball game. Don't ease your way into it. Keep your foot on the gas.
Griffin driving, but a shot won't go down. To Simmons. And finishes strong.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
The rebound taken down by the Sixers. Simmons with it. Leads just a point. And a finish at the rim.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7. Because either they're posterizing you, or that attempt can still be a poster.
Oh, look out. Blake Griffin. 2 for 3 now here in the first.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
To Redick. The pass set it all up.
For a smaller player, you have to be more creative with your imagination when you finish with those shots around the rim. For the audience, that may look difficult, but for the player himself, that's what they practice every single day.
Jackson, Sixers able to clear the rebound. Redick with it, up by 3. Slams it down. Big finish for Joel Embiid.
That probably won't be the last time we see a dunk from him tonight. Maybe sometimes you should send a message. Give him a hard foul. Don't let it be so easy.
To Butler.
Oh, he sent that one to the 3rd row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. J.J. Redick. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Jackson with it. They trail by 7. Defense making the ball carrier work. Lets it fly from long range. Rebound cleared by Philly. Leaving no doubt. Slams it down.
I mean, defense, is it that easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk? Some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ball game.
And a whistle.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now. Kennard to Griffin. Right down the lane, but the shot won't go.
And that's how you make a difference. Every shot that the offense takes, make sure that it has a 10 as far as degree of difficulty.
Pass to the rim. A bad pass as the Sixers come up with this steal. Jimmy Butler, 2 of 4 now.
And that is the sign of an unselfish team. When everybody in transition thinks they have a chance to get the ball because you have a willing passer, somebody willing to make other players on his team look great, that's only going to force your players to play that much harder on offense and give you more energy on the defensive end.
I got ball.
To Luke Kennard. Jackson. He was all over him. Missed the shot. No free throws. Butler to bring it up. The lead is 11. Rebound to Detroit. Griffin to Luke Kennard. Has a chance. Wide open look. Won't go.
If I'm the player that just missed that shot, just because you're open doesn't mean you need to shoot. You can put the ball down on the ground and drive to the rim.
Jackson with it. Down 11. To Luke Kennard. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Hey, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Luke Kennard trying to cash in on the three-point play. A career 85% free throw shooter. Sixers control it. Butler. Glenn Robinson able to recover with the block.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
To the rim. Lays it up and in.
Another possession they were forced to take a tough shot. This time they got it to go, but they need to do something different to start creating more open look opportunities.
Andre Drummond. Huge block. Time for some new personnel into the game. Jimmy Butler. Oof, 3 for 8. He's got to do better. We talk so much about who are the MVP candidates, but there are other guys who are so valuable to their teams, and Jimmy Butler at the forefront of that list.
I have a phrase that I use when I describe players like Jimmy Butler. It's called most valuable mentality. There are certain players that approach the game with a certain mindset every single day that they will do anything possible to win the ball game. He plays with his heart and soul every single possession and every night, and he will leave it on the court if that means he can win the ball game.
James Ennis at the line for a chance at a three-point play. A career 81% free throw shooter. The free throw, good. And they add one more to the lead. It's up to 11. It's Detroit's ball. Ish Smith to Drummond. No good. Oh, it looked like he may have gotten him there. Rebound taken down by the Pistons. A drive to the basket, but the shot rattles around and out. The shot missed by Smith. Straight on three. At the buzzer. And a three-pointer at the buzzer for good measure. What a finish to the opening period. A great stretch here to start the game. After one, it's the visiting Sixers who are out on top. Jay and I come back to Detroit after this. You're watching the NBA on EA Sports. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Oh, with the foul. And a chance coming up at the line.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
James Ennis at the line for two shots. He's perfect in the line so far. Can't connect on the first free throw. Misses the second as well. Griffin. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Butler into the front court. Lead is 12. Now a steal by Philly.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Smith to the basket, but it stays out.
And you hate to say this, but this is the reality of the matter. Sometimes it takes guys a little while to warm up into the game. Seems like they finally found their rhythm in the second quarter.
Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Ish Smith to Griffin. Fires the three. Off the iron. No good. To Smith. And draws contact. So, it's Griffin going to the line for two.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Blake Griffin has got two shots coming. For his career, 68%. First one, count it. No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. Simmons into the front court. His guy's up by 15. Drummond, tough matchup against Butler. To Smith. Joel Embiid knocked away. It's getting dangerous down there.
Ed, I hated getting my shot blocked like that, but I did like getting the ball right back.
Griffin. Rebound taken by the Sixers. Almost, and he's not getting the call. To Drummond. Slams it down.
I mean, with so much talk these days about three-point shooting and the spacing on the court and having versatile athletic wings, sometimes when you have a dominant big man, you keep giving him the ball. You let him be that anomaly.
And scores, plus the foul. You have to respect every part of his game. Blake Griffin going to the line for a chance at three. Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. Blake Griffin trying to cash in on the three-point play. Shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. Unable to connect on the free throw. Won't go down. Defender's lucky he wasn't called. Another follow. No good. And a putback slam.
I know this for a fact, Ed. Ben Simmons wanted to channel his inner Bill Russell during the NBA awards as he stood up on that stage accepting that Rookie of the Year trophy, looking down at all the people that hated on him and didn't think that after a year of being injured that he can come back and be the one that everybody thought he could be. One of only 7 players in NBA history to lead his team to 50-plus wins while accepting the Rookie of the Year trophy.
Ish Smith to Griffin. From the painted area, won't go down. Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. To Griffin. The drive right to the basket. Griffin strong to the hoop, but his shot stays out.
I agree. I thought there was a foul, but also it's all about your approach. You can't come down the lane and jump off one leg. It's called a power lift. Go off 2 legs and expect the contact.
Ish Smith to Griffin. Tobias Harris above the rim. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Working hard on the glass.
Show me something better than that, baby. It's game time.
Slams it home on the putback.
And I'm telling you right now, there's always going to be a home for a player in this league for a guy who does the cleanup work around the rim like that.
Griffin. Sixers with the rebound. To McConnell. You've got to get that one to go. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Come on, help get me out.
Curling inside to Griffin.
Here I come.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Blake Griffin at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. He struggled so far. Free throw good. A 3-point play as they move in front here just before the break. Fires the 3. The rebound's taken by Detroit. The rebound belongs to the 76ers. Knocked loose. Pistons have it. pass stolen by the Sixers. Knocked loose. Pistons come away with it. He'll put it up at the buzzer. Nice finish at the rim. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports.
Thanks, Ed. Let's get right into the action here. The 76ers absolutely dominated the competition in the first half. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets. For the Philadelphia 76ers, the Pistons may be in the building, but they did not show up for this game. At this point, it's all about pride and mental toughness. A comeback is not impossible, but it's also not likely. These are the guys getting buckets for the Detroit Pistons.
Game track. Rebounds.
The Philadelphia 76ers are extending a lot of possessions and wearing out the defense with their emphasis on rebounding.
Player of the half.
Simmons was all over the boards in the first half. You've got to appreciate his determination when shots go up.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in that first half. Here are the top plays from the opening half.
Number 2. Number 1.
All right, back to the second half. I'll see you after the game.
McConnell. And they call it.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Reggie Jackson, that's his first personal foul. Team foul number 1.
McConnell. Gets a look. Can't hit. Jackson with it. Down a bundle. To Drummond.
Rebound.
Now a drive, but the shot won't fall. McConnell. Ah, the monster stuff.
I mean, defense. Is it that easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk? Some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ball game.
Jumper's good.
When miracles happen, you accept it and you're thankful. But you don't expect it all the time.
Reggie Jackson.
Couldn't keep it in. Out of bounds off T.J. McConnell. Jackson.
Oh, I've been waiting for this matchup.
To Drummond. The big fella, Andre Drummond. He has struggled just a little bit. 2 for 5.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
A lot of contact. Shots no good and no foul. A bad pass as the Sixers come up with this steal.
Here's your chance to break this thing wide open.
Drive to the basket, but the shot won't go. To Drummond. Turns and slams it down. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Out of bounds, last touch by the Pistons. Redick. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Free throw good. A 3-point play, and they're back within single digits, down by 9. Sixers call for time as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this 3rd quarter.
As a player, this doesn't always happen, but it's a beautiful thing when everybody is allowed to be on the same page. Scouting report is being executed, you're being efficient with your jump shooting, your passes are crisp, you're listening to the coach on the sideline, and everything is working your way. You have to really appreciate these type of moments in the game of basketball.
Oh, the whistle. Jay, take your hands off of me.
Just a tic-tac foul.
McConnell. Right now, the Pistons have the basketball to the outside. Blake Griffin, guarded by Ennis. To Jackson from long range. Defense was ready. Reggie Jackson unable to hit. Drummond. Oh, he got a piece of it.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
There you go. I like seeing scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Oh, denied.
As my old teammate RJ would say, stay down, clown.
Doesn't have the touch. No good. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
McConnell. And a whistle.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
New personnel onto the floors. Dwayne Casey switches up his team.
Substitutions.
Great hustle. That's what you like to see. Kennard to Griffin. Rises for the slam. Here on their home floor, they're chipping away.
I mean, does this crowd have a pulse? Are they even alive? Sometimes when you make a play like that, your crowd needs to get you back in this ball game.
1 minute remaining in the third quarter.
Oh, he had it. Pistons have it. Griffin to Luke Kennard. Gets toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Here's a chance from long range and knocks it down. And Jay, the system produces once again.
The post-shot confidence is everything. He's still running down the court, holding his extension.
They left Blake Griffin wide open, and he buries the three. Simply put, can you build a franchise around Blake Griffin right now?
No, not right now. I think he's starting to get to the latter part of his career. I think he could be a key cog in a championship team, but just not the main guy.
McConnell. He throws it down.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
To Smith. Ish Smith. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way there.
Out of bounds. Last touch by the Pistons. Going to launch beyond the arc. Can't get the bounce. The follow won't go either. Deep three at the buzzer. 3 quarters down. The fourth quarter coming up. It's the Sixers out in front. Pistons basketball here to start the fourth quarter. They trail to this point, but you'd have to say this one's up for grabs.
And the new style we play with in this league, all it takes is 3 quick threes, and you're right back in the ballgame.
Jackson, not that time. He missed it. To Simmons. And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Simmons to Embiid. Short jumper off the mark. Off the assist.
And that is the sign of an unselfish team. When everybody in transition thinks they have a chance to get the ball because you have a willing passer, somebody willing to make other players on his team look great, that's only going to force your players to play that much harder on offense and give you more energy on the defensive end.
Had a chance, but it's no good. Griffin driving, but his shot won't go down. Pass stolen by Detroit.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Short jumper stays out. Jackson with it. His guys trail now by 4. Griffin. Here's Jackson down low. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. That one off the mark. It's no good. To Embiid. Nice pace. Sets it up and slams it down.
And cutting hard in transition is one of the most underrated things about this game. The harder you can cut is the...
And a putback slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Butler to bring it up. Leads 4. Redick to Butler. Andre Drummond tips it. 4th this contest.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's
Redick sets him up. Not bad pass as the Pistons come away with it.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Throws it down off the alley-oop pass.
And Ed, here's my offensive theory. More touches, more points. This is a fast-paced league. Either the coaches adapt or you'll be left behind.
Easy path to the rim.
That might have been a little bit easier than expected there, considering the score.
Jackson to Griffin. Rocking the rim.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. To Griffin. Has a look. Griffin's shot off the mark.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
Joel Embiid. He's now 4 for 6.
This is where I go back into player mode. If a dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
Griffin. Straight down the middle of the lane. Way to punch it home.
The defender needs to do a better job of forcing a pickup there.
Andre Drummond sends it away. Incredible. 6 tonight.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
To Drummond. And the 2 for Blake Griffin.
There's no better feeling after a game after you had 25-plus assists and you won the game and everybody recognizes that it's time for their bank accounts to get rewarded.
Great feed, Griffin. That's off the side of the rim, no good. Cashes in for 2.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Nothing going here on that drive. To Drummond. The big fella, Andre Drummond. 4 out of 7.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
And And he throws it down. Nuclear from Blake Griffin. Now a whistle and a timeout for Philadelphia. It's their first of the final 3 minutes. Now it leaves them with one more chance to stop the clock before the buzzer sounds. New blood coming in for both sides. Blake Griffin swats it.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
McConnell, pass stolen by Detroit. Turns, hops, and finishes. The abuse at the rim for Blake Griffin.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Out of bounds. Last touch by James Ennis. For 3. Can't connect. It's no good. Down the lane. Shot won't fall. That does it for the period. This game is all tied up. Let's do it. Overtime is underway. Jackson. Beyond the arc for 3. That's rebounded by Philadelphia. Simmons with it. He'll run the offense. Whoa! What a finish!
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
And a rim rocker, Joel Embiid.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. Count it.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
To Reggie Jackson, Kennard. Count the bucket for 2.
Look at that, calm under pressure. You see a lot of guys rush those. Nice extra move there.
To Tobias Harris. Won't go. He needs some luck on his side given how they're defending. To Drummond. And he's fouled. Nice move that time, and he's going to the line for 2.
I say this a lot, and it's only because coaches harp on it all the time. Read the scouting report. Know who you can and should send to the line. This is a case of knowing a shooter probably had a better chance of hitting a jumper than he does of hitting the free throws.
2 for 2 on that trip. In the front court comes Simmons. Down just a couple. Deep 2 there. Won't go. To Jackson. Out of bounds. Last touch by the Pistons. Andre Drummond snatching it out of the air. Make that 7. Can't connect from inside. Jackson to Griffin. Off the penetration, almost, but no good. A bad pass as the Pistons come away with it. Shot no good there for Griffin. Redick with it. Down 2. Flushes it home.
As a rookie last year, Ben Simmons averaged 16 points a game and posted 12 triple-doubles, the second most by any rookie in NBA history. Or was last year really his rookie year? We can debate that one later.
Griffin to Reggie Jackson. Joel Embiid with a piece.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Drummond shot no good. On the follow. Way to stay with it. Sixers call for time as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a 2-point basketball game. Some lineup changes now for both clubs. For 3, and the rebound comes down to Griffin. Kennard goes to the left side. To Luke Kennard. Gets it in the right corner. Lets it fly from long range. Not that time. He misses. Blake Griffin sends it away.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
To Griffin. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
From the painted area, won't go down. Pass stolen by Detroit. And draws contact. So, it's Griffin going to the line for 2.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
Blake Griffin, couple of free throws on the way. Shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. And gets both to drop at the line. Now whistle and a timeout for Philadelphia as they'll talk things over in what's now a 4-point game. Shifting gears, here comes some substitutions. Redick. Defenders could lose sleep with this guy. J.J. Redick, well defended, still knocks it down.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing now.
A drive through the paint, but his shot misses. Gets it in the left corner. To Butler. And they call it.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Butler to Redick.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Working it outside. To Griffin. Fires the 3. No good. The follow won't go either. Butler into the front court. Leads 1.
Oh, they call the foul, Jay.
Welcome to new age basketball. You blow on me, that's a foul.
First free throw is good. Goes 2 for 2. Whistle stops play. Now we'll get a timeout here for Detroit. They're going to have to draw something up for an open look at a 3.
Participating Huntsville Brewers
Casey will shift gears and make some changes. Fires the three, buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ugh, did you see the way the ball came off his hands? Not the best form in the world, but it is where it is. Count it. Maybe just don't count on it all the time.
Time expires. We have a tie ball game. And we're underway here in the extra period. Griffin to Luke Kennard from long range. Luke Kennard bothered just enough on that one. To Butler. Blake Griffin pins it.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
To Jackson. Reggie Jackson rocks the rim.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Philadelphia with the basketball. Driving right to the basket. Knocks it down from mid-range.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Jackson. To Griffin. Here's a chance from long range. That's off the side of the rim, short. The big fella, Andre Drummond. With that, he's 5 for 9.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it. Oh, out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Layup goes down. Well done.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way there.
Going to launch beyond the arc. Won't go down. Count the basket at the rim. Sixers call for time as they'll want to make sure everyone's on the same page here in this overtime. The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. McConnell. Trying to cash in. Wide open look, won't go.
From the player that just missed that shot, just because you're open doesn't mean you need to shoot. You can put the ball down on the ground and drive to the rim.
Jumper's good.
You know, everyone gets lucky from time to time. You played the probability game perfectly on that possession.
To McConnell. The possession in favor of Detroit. Lets it fly from beyond the arc, and he can't get it to go down. It's no good. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
And easy, too. Get back on defense.
McConnell. And Jay, they call the foul.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
McConnell. Blake Griffin with the block. 8 now.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Luke Kennard slams it down.
So many people think making assists is creating something razzle and dazzle. Sometimes giving the ball up early is the right play and the most efficient.
Now a whistle and a timeout for Philadelphia as they'll make sure they're all on the same wavelength here in this fourth quarter of play.
Do you like the word discount? Of course you do. Save 10% off all merchandise when you
Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Butler not getting the bounce. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Add 2 points to the board. to Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris above the rim.
See, Ed, that's what I love. You don't need to conserve your energy. You attack that rim with ferocity. You always set the tone.
Jackson. It's no good. Shots not going down to Tobias Harris. Oh, emphatic slam.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Jackson. To Griffin. Trailing by 11. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Jimmy Butler trying to cash in on the three-point play. Hasn't missed yet. Free throw is good to finish off the three-point play. And the margin down to 8. Jackson with it. Looking to make something happen. And he throws it down. Nuclear from Blake Griffin.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
Butler for 2. And he knocks it down. Jay, nice look right there. We talk so much about who are the MVP candidates, but there are other guys who are so valuable to their teams, and Jimmy Butler at the forefront of that list.
I have a phrase that I use when I describe players like Jimmy Butler. It's called most valuable mentality. There are certain players that approach the game with a certain mindset every single day that they will do anything possible to win the ball game. He plays with his heart and soul every single possession and every night, and he will leave it on the court if that means he can win the ball game.
Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Shot from the lane won't go.
Well, you can't finish with your right hand on the left side of the rim. You actually have to use your opposite hand. Steve Nash is one of the best at this. Different shots at different angles, high off the glass, expecting that there are trees down below with long wingspans that can block your shot.
Jackson. To Luke Kennard. Jimmy Butler able to recover with the block. Kennard to Griffin. Knocked loose. Out of bounds the call. Last touch by Mike Scott. Griffin. To Reggie Jackson. Wide open. Too easy. You can't give him that look.
I know these mishaps happen defensively, but sometimes this can be the best thing for an offensive player who maybe hasn't found his rhythm yet. Don't let him get going.
Oh, good offense beating good defense. That misses with 2 seconds to go. The Pistons are the winners as they win this one in double overtime. That does it. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose, and it's been our pleasure to present you with some NBA basketball.
Baby girl, what you doing? Where your man? I just 50,000 in Japan. I ain't doing no plan. These red bottoms on no Vans. And she telling all her friends I might put them on the gram. Baby girl, what you doing? Where your man? I just 50,000 in Japan. I ain't doing no plan. These red bottoms on no Vans. And she telling all her friends I might put them on the gram. Baby girl, what you doing? What's your name? I ain't playing no games. See these diamonds in my chain.
Yeah, I took it to the then she for the fame. So I in my range. Ooh, get that money to the top, never stop. That work, ooh, but I'm the man. Cuban diamonds dance. Had to a friend, I might put it on the gram. Baby girl, what you doing? Where your man? I just 50,000 in Japan. I ain't do no plan. These red bottoms, not no Vans. And she telling all her friends, I might put them on the gram. Baby girl, what you doing? Where your man? I just 50,000 in Japan. I ain't do no plan. These red bottoms, not no Vans. And she telling all her friends, I might put them on the gram. Wait, baby, wait. Hop up in this race. No, this not a date. This a cruise, but don't debate. Wait, it's getting late. Think it's past 8. Took to my place, baby. Me like some. Wait, call Jake. Think I need that. The face. I need to take a break. Wait, but don't be cool. Money stupid blue. Boyfriend is a fool. I'm trying to make you comfortable. Baby girl, what you doing? Where your man? I just.
The opening tip to the Pistons, and we're underway at Little Caesars Arena. Defense making the ball carrier work. Has a look. Can't connect. Shot was forced. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
And that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
And a whistle.
He took a chance. That's the right call.
Reggie Jackson. That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 1.
Butler to Tobias Harris. Pass stolen by Detroit.
Now push it. Let's attack in transition so we can build this lead.
Reggie Jackson rocks the rim.
So many people think making assists is creating something razzle and dazzle. Sometimes giving the ball up early is the right play and the most efficient.
Deep two there. Won't go. Jackson. Butler to bring it up. A minute gone by here in the opening quarter. It's a big finish.
That probably won't be the last time we see a dunk from him tonight. Maybe sometimes you should send a message. Give him a hard foul. Don't let it be so easy.
Jackson. Rebound cleared by Philly. Here's Simmons with it up top. Down 4. Embiid, good for 2.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Pistons ball here. Jackson. Defense making the ball handler work. To Jackson. Beyond the arc for 3. Luke Kennard bothered just enough on that one. Simmons with it. Down 2. To the rim. Lays it up and in.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Jackson with it. He'll run the offense. To Drummond. No good. To Simmons. And a putback slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Right through the heart of the defense. The layup is good.
When the ball is in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
To Tobias Harris. Andre Drummond with a piece. Couldn't keep it in. Out off Tobias Harris. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. It's Detroit's ball. Griffin. Here's a chance from long range. They dared him, and he burns them.
Great shot by the offense. But the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough 2 than a wide open 3.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc, not getting the bounce. For 3, buries it on the catch and shoot.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
Sixers call for time as they'll talk things over here in the first quarter. Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. Fires the three. Pistons have the rebound. That is great vision to set it up. Say another one goes down. They're right where they want to be.
Exactly. Next play, you have to turn around defensively and get in the stance and actually keep that same kind of tempo.
Has a chance. Hand in his face. Still hits. You don't see that very often.
As a player, there's nothing better than coming out in the first quarter and playing exactly the same way you played the last couple of days of practice. You're moving the ball, you're capitalizing your mistakes, and you really built a nice lead.
Missed that one. His coach cannot be a happy camper.
And it's never a great thing when you're talking to yourself the entire next possession about the shot you just missed. Now you know you're in that player's head mentally.
Jackson with it. Exactly a minute to go here in the opening quarter. Griffin. That's rebounded by Philadelphia. Missed it. Almost a foul. They let it go. To Drummond. Ah, the monster stuff. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
There you go. Way to stay with it. Now the Pistons going to use a timeout as they'll go over some tactics now in this first quarter of play. New personnel onto the floor as Dwayne Casey switches up his team. Ish Smith. Not going to have it this time.
That kid can block out the sun, man.
Oh, too much contact. Free throws on the way.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
Misses the first. Second one goes. It's a 1 of 2 trip. Missed it. They weren't going to give that to him.
You see, this is something that everybody has, but some people choose to use it or not. I'm glad you choose to use effort on getting around those screens.
That's it for the first quarter. The Pistons have the lead. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Simmons to Embiid. Fires the three, cleans it up. Joel Embiid. He's 2 for 2 now.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
To Luke Kennard. Defense making the ball carrier work. Knocked loose. Sixers have it. They've got it back. Langston Galloway. Huge block.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk. He took it out on the rim that time.
Oh, there's no better feeling than after throwing that one down, hanging on the rim a little bit, looking at your opponent beneath you, making him recognize that's where you'll be the entire ball game.
Tough shot and nearly a chance at a three-point play. No foul.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Butler. Jimmy Butler. Terrific shooting. He's 4 for 5.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
And they call the foul. Careful there, Jay.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
Now a steal by Philly. Great feed. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Ben Simmons trying to cash in on a three-point play. 56% for his career. Got it from the line. Shot by Smith off the mark.
We call some of these players practice players. You know, the guys that make 5 out of 10 shots in practice, but then all of a sudden they're not gamers because then they're making 1 of 10. That's exactly what you want him to do. You want him to take those kind of shots.
And this will be out of bounds off of Butler. Joel Embiid tips it.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Kennard shot off the mark. To Simmons. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
You know, teams usually shoot higher percentages early in the shot clock. Plus, you take away the legs of the defense. You have to dictate the pace.
And draws contact. So, it's Griffin going to the line for 2.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big-time play.
Blake Griffin, a couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 68%. Knocks down the first. And gets both to drop at the line. Butler into the front court. Looking to make something happen. That no good off the mark. To Drummond. Oh, emphatic slam.
And if you're on defense on that last possession, no need to look over to the coach's bench, hold up your arms, wonder what did you do. Everybody got back. Everybody communicated. Everybody pointed. It was just better offense than it was defense.
4-3. Knocks it down.
Don't seem shocked. This is how the game is played these days. Shooting a 3 is like shooting a layup.
Drummond to Griffin. Going to launch beyond the arc. That's off the side of the rim. No good. Redick with it. His team up by 1. Gets it in the left corner. Blake Griffin swats it.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Andre Drummond pins it. That's his 3rd block this evening.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Butler to Simmons. Big finish at the rim.
I know this for a fact, Ed. Ben Simmons wanted to channel his inner Bill Russell during the NBA awards as he stood up on that stage accepting that Rookie of the Year trophy, looking down at all the people that hated on him and didn't think that after a year of being injured that he can come back and be the one that everybody thought he could be. One of only 7 players in NBA history to lead his team to 50-plus wins while accepting the Rookie of the Year trophy.
The possession in favor of Detroit. Jackson to Griffin. Baseline drive, the shot won't fall.
One of the best kept secrets in the game. Utilizing a head fake. Get the defender in the air. Crack into him. Don't give the refs any excuse not to call foul. I put that one on you. You went up a little bit lazy.
Harris. A bad pass as the Pistons come away with it.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in 1st and 2nd grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Cleans the offensive glass. Drummond to Luke Kennard. Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
There you go. I like seeing scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Joel Embiid. That's 3 now on 4 shots.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
And he's going to the free throw line.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
Blake Griffin has got 2 shots coming. Hasn't missed yet. And hits the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2 at the line.